trail of silver passes through the heavens, traveling at the speed of starlight. Ships drawn to investigate come alongside, but do not approach further. They pass in silence. Whether their deference emanates from respect or grief or genetic memory, the reason is the same: universal recognition of a need shared by all species, all races, all worlds. The need, at the end of all things, to go home.
Home. Zenn-La. Home.
Norin. Norin. Norin.
Shalabal?
Yes. Yes, my love. You're home. Be at peace. Rest. You've come a long, very long way. And
Though we have had only a few days in which to assess your condition, it is our consensus that there is nothing our signs can do to help you.
which is not the same as saying there is nothing that we can try.
My lady,
We discussed this.
My lady, if you were to attempt to give back to Norin the portion of the power cosmic you were given, we have no assurances that it will make any difference. And in our considered opinion, it could do great harm. It could kill you, my lady.
And I am prepared to take that risk. So what must be done to...
Shh. Shalabal. No. Listen to me. Though it was a part of my decision, if you believe I came all this way just to die, then you do not understand. I came also to know that you live, to see you alive, so that I may carry that vision across with me when the darkness comes. When we die, we take comfort in knowing that those we love will continue for as many tomorrows as the universe can give us. It is a joy. Would you take from me at this hour my last source of joy?
No, I could not, but...
Then live, Shalabal. Live for me, and regret nothing. Because I do not regret a moment spent living for you and for our people. Live. Live. Live.
As word spread of Norinrad's return and his coming death, the people of Zenn-La arrived in ever-increasing numbers. They came to thank him for saving them and their world and their children and their children's children for untold generations to come. They came to tell him of all the joys he had created, the possibilities that existed because of his intercession. They came to say goodbye. and as they passed and touched his hand, they came away with something more. A touch of something greater. It would be called the Mark of Norin. In years to come, whenever there was anger or rage or violence, the mark would turn colors to remind them of the man who had made peace his cause, his life, and who had ultimately died in its service. It was not always enough, but it was enough most of the time. If any man, any living creature can claim a greater legacy in death than that, let him come forth. They came for days on end, and though the physicians urged him to withdraw, that enough was well and duly enough, Norin remained, and took comfort and solace in their words, their tears, their stories, and their lives. For he had saved them all from Galactus at the cost of his own life, and such deeds are not soon forgotten. Nor are the signs and portents of that day forgotten. Such is the shadow cast by the great machine, used by Galactus to devour the worlds he encountered.
No!
Such memories are ingrained upon the soul, written in the genetic code in images of fire and terror. The terror that such a shadow might come again one day.
Norin, what are you?
I must go to him.
No!
I saved Zenn-La by pledging my life to Galactus. With my life about to end, he may have decided to finish that which he began. If I can turn his wrath from our world to me, then perhaps we can yet...
Norin, please, don't do this.
My lady! We have received a message from the ship. It was broadcast on every frequency known to our science to ensure we did not miss it. Galactus says, Norin Rad, come forth.
And he did. So it was that Norin Rad, who had known the infinite freedom of space and written the cosmic currents across all of time and space, was carried on the backs of his people, no longer able even to walk. In the years Norin Rad had served Galactus as the Silversurfer, he had seen his master enraged, quiet, sad, even occasionally at peace. But now, in the face that had watched whole worlds destroyed without a flicker of emotion, for the first time he saw grief. And a thought entered his mind from without, as familiar and intimate as a whisper. I do not know that I can save you, but I can try.
No. To all things, there is a time. This is mine. But I would ask a favor.
Again, the thought came. I know you're mine.
You are mine.
And be at ease.
And be at
I will never harm Zenn-La.
I will never harm Zenn-La or allow it to be harmed by others. I would never allow anyone to harm the world that was the heart and soul of the most honorable being I have ever known. Let go of the burden of the flesh, Norin, and be at peace.
I'm flying, Shalabal. Do you see me? I'm flying. I'm flying. I'm...
For the traditional 3 days of grieving, Galactus remained where he stood as mourners paraded past and Norin's body was prepared. For Galactus and for the people of Zenn-La, it would be the first time they had looked to one another without the barrier of fear between them, joined in their shared loss. For the first time, Galactus, Devourer of Worlds, had a world where he would be ever welcome.
Goodbye, my love. Goodbye. Galactus, if you would truly honor he who was my love and my heart and my life, then I would ask something of you.
Make your request.
Moments later, Galactus' ship rose, tearing through the sky toward the stars. And when it had reached the correct distance from Zenn-La, Galactus kept his promise. The newly birthed star was positioned always to be on the dark side of Zenn-La, to cast a glow in the night that would remind the world not so much of his sacrifices, not so much for what he lost, as what he gave. The light of hope, the light of love, the light of possibilities. Astronomers on 1,000 planets would name this new star, each according to his own world's own myths and beliefs. But only an Earth poet of a long ago year summed it up. When he shall die, take him and cut him into little stars, and he shall make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with night and pay no worship to the garish sun. It was at the birth of new stars, in the death cries of old ones, that Norin Radd began the journey that would be his last, a pilgrimage that would mark a new star born in the wake of another that had passed. And I wonder if he knew, or if knowing, he would have approved. I hope he would. But although I am the Watcher, and I see all things, I do not know all things. I can only hope which is right and proper, for that was the gift of his life, to create hope where none previously existed. I know only this, that his name was Norin Radd, once the silversurfer, herald of Galactus, that his actions saved the lives of billions, that he was my friend, and that he shall be missed.